The product we've chosen to market is chapstick under the brand Fraiche. The brand created aims to reposition chapstick in the eyes of the viewer from being something which is tacky and for children to a classy product for women 30 years and older. Our advertisement begins with a car driving up to a red traffic light. Stomping is heard in the distance, becoming louder whilst the guitar riff of AC/DC's Thunderstruck begins to play. A stampede of women run across the intersection. The scene changes to a school drop-off zone. Mothers are shown pushing their children out of the car and taking off in a hurry. The next scene depicts cars swerving and veering off the road as the stampede of women, which has grown in size, scramble across the busy highway. An aerial shot displays the large crowd of women as more and more join the mass. Women are shown clawing their way up cliffs and rough mountain terrains. They are also seen pushing their prams into a forest. The women reach a thick brush and use their stilettos as if they were machetes to hack away at the vines and branches. The crowd finally reaches a clearing, and a beam of light falls on a single chapstick in front of a waterfall. The thunderstruck riff abruptly stops as the women pause and look around confused, until an older lady pushes her way to the front of the crowd, whacking other women with her handbag. The old lady reaches forward, placing the chapstick on her wrinkled lips. As she turns around to face the camera, she transforms into a young, attractive woman. This causes the mob of women to erupt into their yelling and scrambling once again. This cuts out as the brand name Fraiche appears on the screen, along with the slogan, "The secret's out, youth is in." AC/DC's Thunderstruck is used in the advertisement to build suspense and grow curiosity between the audience as to what is happening. It draws them in and makes them start to think about the advertisement, increasing their anticipation whilst watching. This decision regarding the song was also made as it is well known and hence easily recognisable to the target audience, specifically due to it being released closer to their time of youth.
We have positioned our brand as being a symbol of youth, elegance, and sophistication. This symbol is achieved through the combination of the signifiers and the signified, interacting to produce and convey the intended meaning of the advertisement. For example, the French flowers, along with the French name of the brand, signify elegance and sophistication. The advertisement also conveys that Fraiche is for all older women. The signifiers of this message are the women dressed in formal business attire, activewear, and everyday clothes, all fighting to reach Fraiche's chapstick. The variety of clothing worn portrays differing socio-economic groups, which communicates the universal desire for the chapstick. Their determination also illustrates how desirable and wanted the chapstick is. The women fighting, running, and desperately scrambling to reach the product signify to the audience that the product is a necessity. However, Fraiche's value is not solely created through the use of signification. Framing is also extremely important and effective in creating and communicating the intended meaning to the audience. An example of the use of intertextual framing in this advertisement is the reference to the Fountain of Youth. As Harrington said in his Week 4 video, intertextual framing refers to a text outside of itself and is dependent on the audience's pre-existing knowledge of the text to allow them to derive meaning and understanding. The Fountain of Youth is a well-known concept and idea, which refers to a place in which, if someone was to take a sip of the water, they would be made young again. This advertisement utilises this text and the audience's pre-existing knowledge of it to convey Fraiche as a somewhat youth-restoring brand, allowing the audience to still derive and perceive the chapstick to have the same qualities as the Fountain of Youth. Furthermore, the beam of light which shines down onto the chapstick is understood by the audience as they draw on their previously accumulated knowledge of other texts. Meanings that are commonly associated with a beam of light shining down are heavenly, glorious, sacred, and angelic. Therefore, the audience can understand that the beam of light is insinuating the value and importance of the chapstick.
The use of the framing methods and signs in this advertisement would not be effective if they were not relevant to the target market. Fraiche's target market is older women. This is immediately evident in the advertisement as only older women from the age of 30 and above are shown fighting for, chasing after, and using the product. Fraiche is selling these older women the idea of being youthful again. In English, the brand name Fraiche translates to youth. The French language signifies elegance and maturity. Thus, this portrays an aura of elegance around the word, whilst simultaneously meaning youth. therefore combining the elegance and maturity of the women with the youthful nature that they lust after. We have selected this age bracket after deciding that we wanted to reposition chapstick in today's market. Instead of targeting the generally younger teenage demographic that chapstick is usually associated with, we have decided to remodel the ideals behind chapstick in an attempt to mature these ideals that surround it, through presenting it in a more graceful and stylish looking lipstick case, which would in turn appeal to the older generation of women. As chapstick denotes a beauty product, designed to keep the lips nourished, it should be accepted as a product for all women, not just the younger generation. As Andrew King stated, denotation is the literal meaning of a text, whereas connotative meanings are ideas that are derived from the text. We want the consumer to view Fraiche chapstick as a product that connotes both youth and maturity, beauty and elegance. Altering these connotations are done through associating different presumed texts that indicate youth. We have accomplished this through presenting the chapstick as the fountain of youth. We have also indicated that chapstick is desirable by having a wide array of older women chasing after it in the advertisement. Finally, having the old, grumpy and rude lady near the end of the ad become physically young and beautiful again after applying the Fraiche chapstick.
Branding is a tool used throughout business which involves the creation and development of a product identity that connotes a certain intended meaning. The purpose of branding is also to differentiate a product from others and to target a certain market. This perceived importance of differentiation is contradicted by Scott Bedbury, as he aptly stated that consumers don't truly believe there's a huge difference between products. This quote therefore reflects how crucial emotional positioning is in relation to the creation of a product's identity. Branding. This advertisement strives to create an interpretation of chapsticks as being sophisticated, elegant, and youthful, instead of cheap and tacky. The purpose of rebranding this product is to ensure that Fraiche appeals to the target audience of women over 30 instead of the younger generation. The association of chapsticks with youthfulness is consistent amongst both target markets. However, this advertisement instead endorses elegance and sophistication. The packaging of the product, along with the text font used, communicates these brand elements, though they are not directly insinuated in the scenes depicted in the advertisement. This is evident as the chapstick is encased in a lipstick style of packaging, which contradicts youth-targeted packaging, which often features bright colours and bubble text. Thus, Fraiche is distinguishable as a product for women over the age of 30. The juxtaposition of the song Thunderstruck with the boisterous behaviour of the women in attaining the chapstick evokes humour. This reflects youthfulness, and it also plays a crucial role in ensuring that the advertisement reaches a large audience outside the target market. Furthermore, we have aimed to create an advertisement which people actively seek out due to the humour and somewhat parody of the Fountain of Youth. The slogan, "The secret's out, youth is in," communicates that firstly, the secret is highly valued and exclusive, whilst "youth is in" tells women that youthfulness is a current trend and that to adhere to societal expectations, they must buy and use this product. Ultimately, the advertisement is aimed to communicate that Fraiche is elegant, desirable, and youthful.